Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Hee-jin won her lawsuit. Now she can buy a pack of ramen. Cool.
what? Where you read that? Oh, the title.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hee-jin wins lawsuit against online trolls. Commenter fined up to 100,000 won.
whoa, whoa, whoa! I know she's laughing somewhere.
Oh, Hee-jin?
Yeah,
What is this video? Nobody's
that's
talking?
Tokyo Tony,
I don't care who's
mom.
a lawsuit worth as a pack of ramen. Is anybody gonna talk here or what is this?
In what's being
There you
framed
go.
as a legal victory,
A cat.
Hee-jin has successfully
Whatever.
sued a handful of online commenters, with fines ranging from a whopping 50,000 to 100,000 won, approximately $37 to $75. That's right after all the courtroom
You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're not
Is
telling the
he?
truth. This is not factual. This is not actual news.
It's factual.
He's not
It's
news.
factual.
How come it sounds like a lot of money?
Well, the currency exchange rate is just, it's always whenever we see like billions of wons and it ends up being like a million or something, you know.
So how much is 700 million won?
700 million won?
Yeah. How much is
Probably
it?
like, well, hold on. How much they said? She won 100,000, right? So
Mhm.
700 would be like $400. 700 million won would be no
That's
700,000. What amount you asking me?
700
Thousand or
thousand.
million? 700,000 won would be about $400, I would guess.
700 comma 000.
Yes, about $400.
That
But
doesn't make sense.
I'm
So they suing her for $400?
who's suing her?
Kim's
Kim Zolciak?
no
What are you talking
Kim
about?
Kim say
Yeah,
Ron.
$478.
Kim Say-ron owes that much money?
No, Kim Se-ron owes like it was in the dollars, hundred thousands of dollars. I think like $400,000 or something like that. No, no, no.
400?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's not.
drama, all the headlines, and all the so-called defamation. Some internet trolls are now forced to fork over what amounts to the price of a pack of ramen. If this was meant to be a message about
Ramen is
holding
not that
online
expensive?
commenters accountable, the message received loud and clear as,
My question is why they don't adjust their currency to kind of cut the zeros down though?
Because it sounds like a lot. Like, I feel like I'm handing out a lot of money.
Cause I I get it's just what they, so they don't have coins then, I guess. Coins don't exist. Like, penny, like cents. It's because what you gonna have? What is a cent worth? It's worth nothing. You can buy nothing. Like for 1 won, you're not gonna be able to buy anything. I don't know.
insult someone, pay chump change, and move on. Let's not forget that Hee-jin initially demanded 3 million won, approximately $2,250 per person in damages. The actual amount awarded, a fraction of that. The harshest fine, 100,000 won, was for someone who used an expletive that the court deemed offensive enough to warrant financial consequences. Other commenters, who called her a psycho or expressed their desire to hypothetically punch her, got away with just 50,000 won.
But so that's like, I don't know. There's no freedom of speech protection in the country then, so I can't call somebody a bitch. Because I'm assuming the person called her a bitch as expletive. Like, what? That gotta be a bitch. What they said? Oh, they called her a shit. No, it's probably a bitch. So I can't say, oh, you're a bitch. That's gonna get me fined. Like, what the fuck? What kind of
I
laws are
mean,
these?
I think they know the rules there, so I don't know why they would do that if this is the punishment. I don't understand.
I mean, the punishment is whatever. They got punished $36. They can pay that. You know, they probably made more than that of that tweet or however the method they called her that. I'm just like,
I don't know because they were complaining when Jenny had a tour and the tickets were $70.
yeah.
So
I don't know.
$36, that's 2 tickets.
Actually, you're right. Jenny's tickets were also 100,000 KRW, which amounts to about $70. Yeah, that was the price. Yeah,
So I feel like they feel it.
maybe they feel it, but that's not the point. The point is, so what, they can't just like that's
I don't know.
so you can
I didn't know.
somebody can call her a psycho or otherwise that's defamation.
But that's not the
that
first
doesn't
time they
make
came
any
after
sense.
YouTubers, you know?
That seems like a theme, yeah.
Yeah. That's why
Some
we get AI voices. No face, no
I
case.
guess yeah, they are. They're afraid? I don't know.
You see
Who
this cat
merely
that's talking
called
to
her
us?
sly,
There's a reason for
Harry
faced
that.
no
Potter cat?
consequences at all. In legal terms, this is a partial victory at best and a slap on the wrist at worst. While the court acknowledged that some comments were offensive enough to warrant fines, it also set an incredibly low threshold for actual damages. If Min's goal was to establish a precedent that online defamation carries serious
I
consequences,
mean, she established a precedent that you can get sued for calling someone a name, which to me
Definitely.
is ridiculous. But if that's how the laws work, that's how the laws work,
But
I
that's
guess.
similar here in the States where Cardi B went after Tasha K. But then again, Tasha K knew what she was
But
saying was
Tasha, yes,
false.
she spread false
False information. This is
information.
name calling.
This is name call exactly. Like
Mm.
that's ridiculous.
this
Maybe
verdict
for
is the
here it's like she feels that whatever they name called her, see, that's not her. That's defamation. That's not
Okay,
me.
so you know how many times Eminem would have gotten sued for his disses?
Exactly. That's
Where
why
he's
I don't think
dissing
his music
everybody?
is allowed overseas.
It's like it's ridiculous. You
Mm.
can't. So all the rap disses basically that's grounds for lawsuits then. Like Mariah would get sued for obsessed, calling Eminem obsessed. That's insulting. You insulted me by calling me obsessed. Although to be fair, she never named the name, so
No.
Mm.
exact
She knew that the hit dog will holler, so you know who she talking about.
Kendrick would get sued for A minor.
opposite.
True.
It
He is.
essentially
He's not. The labels are getting sued, not Kendrick.
Uh,
And he's getting
By
sued not.
proxy, I mean the
he-
money is with the label.
Well, he's getting sued not for A minor. He's getting sued for allegedly accusing of the PDF. You know, like the defamation, kind of like actual accusations, not of the line.
online critics that as long as they keep their
But
insults
again,
mild,
not him. The label.
there's no real price to pay. Given the minimal financial impact of these rulings, one can't help but
She has a thing for
wonder,
cats.
was this lawsuit even about damages? Or was it about
Yeah.
optics? After all,
Huh.
Min
I mean, it does send a precedent. You can call someone a psycho, a bitch, or whatever in Korea if there hasn't been a precedent already. So
But also
it's
the
worth it.
optics in the sense that her lawsuits are, getting a win.
What?
What she has to say is
Oh,
valid.
what did you say?
That the optics that
Oh.
the lawsuit of her getting a win in her
Yes,
lawsuit, it
it
sets
looks
the tone.
good. It looks good.
It sets the tone.
It looks good. And if you want to spread a narrative, you can say, "Oh, look, Hee-jin won."
One.
Period.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Sounds good.
Now, because oftentimes that's how this spread. Like, look, Hee-jin won.
She's right. She's valid.
She's right. She's valid. She won.
She could be right.
But
about
they
other
don't tell
things.
you that. Oh, she only won $36.
Oh,
She won, which is
I said
true.
the statement.
It's true. It's factually correct. But then when you go into details, oh yeah, she won $36 to $72. Oh, like that. That's
No, you could get a meal. Honestly,
No,
the
listen,
ramen they look good.
keep in mind the court fees are more.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's.
I think they have to cover her court
I
fees
would
now.
hope so at least, because if not, then she actually lost.
Oh.
Jin has been under intense public scrutiny since her fallout with Hype, following allegations that she attempted to take Odor for herself. Press
She owns this
conferences where
look.
she called out industry peers, and a bitter legal battle with New Jeans over contract termination. Her reputation took a massive hit, suing internet trolls for measly
But I'm telling you, this is gonna give so much ammunition to bunnies right now to spread their narrative. Oh my god. Oh yeah, look, Hee-jin won in court. They right. She did.
the amounts could be a carefully
And they're
calculated
right, yeah.
PR
Yeah,
move
they're right,
away
that
to
she won.
shift the narrative from Min Hee-jin, the controversial executive, to Min Hee-jin, the victim of malicious attacks. If
This
that
look like
was
a
the
wet cat.
goal, it's a weak attempt.
Why are we seeing
The
cats?
public isn't suddenly going to see her as a martyr because a handful of anonymous commenters were fined an amount that barely covers a dinner at a decent restaurant. In contrast, if this was a genuine attempt to protect her reputation, then the outcome is laughable. If online insults are so harmful that they require legal action, then shouldn't the damages awarded reflect that? Instead, this ruling suggests that Min's suffering was worth pocket change. Now, let's be clear, online harassment is a real issue, and defamation lawsuits in South Korea are not uncommon. Celebrities and public
see
figures
that.
have successfully sued for damages in cases of severe
Wow.
defamation,
I
cyberbullying.
see that. Here, the only case I can say that somebody sued and win is Cardi B. I don't know if anybody like that.
But there's a big thing. The person knew what they were saying.
No, I
was
understand that. I
false.
understand that. But that's what I'm saying. Defamation here in the States is so hard to
Hard,
prove.
yeah.
Because there has to be intent. If there's no intent to spread false information, it's not defamation.
Mm.
It's just opinion, period. If there is intent to spread knowingly for false information,
Yeah.
if you know it's false and you still choose to lie about it, that is defamation, and that's why it's so hard to prove, because you have to prove intent.
and privacy violations. But what makes this case different is how weak the ruling actually is. In South Korea, defamation laws are notoriously strict.
I
People have
see
been
that.
fined millions of won or even faced criminal charges for false accusations,
We saw that
severe
the
character
YouTuber.
assassination, or prolonged targeted harassment. In comparison, Min's case ended with nothing more than a light slap on the wrist for a handful of anonymous trolls. If this lawsuit was meant to scare people into thinking twice before spewing hate online, it failed spectacularly. At best,
She still
it
won though.
serves as a
You can't dismiss the fact that she won though. I think that's decision is more important than the punishment in this case. I do think it's a win because she won. We can't dismiss that. We can. It's funny. It is kind of funny, ironic, but she did win. We can't just dismiss that.
a reminder that some words have consequences. At worst, it tells people they can get away with cyberbullying for the price of a cheap dinner. At the end of the day, what has Hee-jin really accomplished here? A couple of random internet users now owe her less money than they probably spend on their phone bills. The legal proceeding set is weak, and if this was meant to be a flex against online haters, it backfired. Instead of making her look like a powerful
I don't think so. I think this gives a lot of ammunition to bunnies in this case.
I can't wait to see the comments for this one.
executive fighting back against defamation. This lawsuit made her look petty as if she went through all this trouble just to win a few dollars.
The insults directed at MHJ were so mild compared to the language she has used against others. She won the battle, but lost the war. Okay, that's a good one. Don't disrespect ramen like that. She could support. I mean, the public is really against her. You can tell by the
Yeah.
comments.
I think she's trying to clean up her,
Yeah,
her
but
image.
she won. I mean, we can't take that away from her. That's a small win, but that's where it starts. So you have to, keep our eyes on it, and
Yeah.
we'll see where we go from here, I guess.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.